Welcome back. African teams lack discipline. That's according to former Senegal International Mame Niang, who watched his country crash out of the tournament with our reporter Tshepo Thobane. With all the questions going around about what went wrong for CAF in Russia, Niang believes Africa still has a lot of catching up to do if they are to match other continents.
I know you are a little bit disappointed. I mean, we're speaking to you shortly after that disappointing result in the World Cup where Senegal were playing against Colombia. Senegal only needed a draw to go through. Maybe let's start talking about it. Where did you see Senegal missing the point, or what went wrong for Senegal?
I think you can't lack their commitment because they were committed. I think it's just a lack of being a little bit cynical in some part of the game, and doing the basics right, because in football, if you can't defend set pieces, you have a long way, because Europeans they work on these things. South Americans, they work on these things. This has been the downfall of most teams in Africa in this World Cup. They've been conceding so many goals in set pieces. So it should be a wake-up call to all African nations, not only these 5 that qualified, but for the rest of the African countries. Because 65% of goals in modern football are scored from set pieces. So these are the kind of things we call basics of football. If you can't get better in these kind of things, you're going to struggle in football.
What do you think, looking at the African football in particular, especially coming to World Cup tournaments, what is wrong, Mane? If you can try and help us out here.
I think our biggest problem is to be disciplined, because if you watch Iceland against Argentina, the fact that Iceland could sit almost for 90 minutes, they had one breakthrough, they scored, and they set the whole 90 minutes against Argentina. Argentina is one of the powerhouse of Europe, of world football. Europeans, they have that discipline. Africans, they have this ego that if you have the ball too much, they don't like that. They wanna come out and have the ball also, and that's a big problem we have. We don't have that discipline to sit and say, okay, have the ball, and we try to break us. If we manage to have that discipline, we're gonna go also very far in football. This is the World Cup. Remember, this is not the AFCON. AFCON, teams are basically in the same level. You come to the World Cup, you see teams that are better than you. You need to accept that and know that they are better than you, and you need to defend as a team. You understand? That's what we're lacking in Africa, and that's what's cost us in this World Cup.
Now, the group stages of the 2018 FIFA World Cup are over, and with it 75% of the World Cup. Can you believe that? We've already seen a record number of own goals, as well as so much controversy with the video assistant refereeing, a system that was meant to avoid controversy in the first place. There was also, of course, the biggest shock of the tournament, with the 2014 champions Germany being knocked out. With the knockout stages here, will we finally see teams step out of first gear? Well, here's a look at those fixtures. Well, that's the show for this week. But before we leave, a reminder of this week's competition. It is brought to you by Lion for Men. They're giving away 10 hampers packed with Lion Dual shaving products and roll-ons, a branded toiletry bag, and 500 Rand in cash. To stand a chance of winning, let us know who were the defending champions knocked out of the World Cup earlier this week. SMS your name and answer to 45605. And remember, of course, you will be charged R1.50 for every SMS you send. Now, about those fixtures, will Argentina make use of the lifeline they were handed out in their match against France? Is the holiday over for Russia, or can they pull an unlikely surprise against Spain? Just how tense will that blockbuster fixture between Brazil and Mexico be? You also have to wonder how Belgium and England will do in the knockout stages after they were barely tested in Group G. As ever, let us know your thoughts on all things World Cup and football related in general. Our address is eShibobo@etv.co.za. Well, thanks for staying with us. It's been a pleasure. Until next time, I am Shoning Timkulu, and this has been eShibobo.